My name's Cam and I'm the president of Dodgeball.
So I'm George Clark, I'm a veterinary medicine student and I'm in third year at the moment.
My name's Zach and I'm a final year digital media arts student. I'm also the president of SAG TV.
I'm James Barlow. I am a committee member of the Surrey Dodgeball Club.
I'm Scott. I'm in my master's year and I'm studying biomedical engineering.
My name's Edward. I'm a second year music student on the BMOS course and I'm a Wellbeing Champion for the Born and Latin Dancing Society.
So I'd say it was probably around 3 or 4 years ago. It was in my first year of university on a different course. And it was after a lot of stuff was going on, after I lost a dog, and it all kind of came to a head at that point. And I just had this sort of really low feeling of self-esteem, a total lack of any self-worth really. And that kind of just progressed and progressed until it reached a bit of a head. And I remember I was getting the train home in the summer and I essentially just wanted to sort of not exist anymore really, it's a scary feeling as well, especially when you haven't felt it before, and it's quite easy just to sort of hide yourself up and just sort of you almost want to curl into a ball. After speaking to some friends and my family, they sort of encouraged me to go to the Centre for Wellbeing at uni. So I had some sessions with them and I also saw a doctor, and the first doctor I saw actually kind of shut me down and didn't really acknowledge anything I was really saying, just kind of said, oh, a bit tired at the moment, feels a bit low, and to kind of brush it aside, which when it took quite a lot of courage in the first place to speak to someone, that felt really, really, really crap.
By my first year, near the end, I was starting to feel down more regularly, but I didn't really think much of it until near the end of my second year, when I seriously started to consider suicide. At that point, I decided I need to go see a GP. I talked to my friend about it and he was like, yeah, okay, you need to see the GP, so I did. Also, I had a counselling session around that time. Yeah, I didn't really have any hope. I really hated myself, just insulted myself at every opportunity.
It was 7 years ago that I first encountered issues with my mental health. The struggle I had was mainly to do with panic attacks and anxiety and a whole host of different emotions that included things like nightmares. I didn't realise I was actually having mental health issues. I thought it was just part of human nature. I was a teenager, it was just a hormonal change in my life. So I kind of kept everything to myself. There was an incident that happened when I was 13, 14 that really kind of took its toll on me. And as a result, I never really sought help. I didn't speak to my parents. I didn't speak to many of my closest friends about anything that I was kind of feeling. I just kept it to myself. And I guess I was very good at kind of just pretending everything was okay. But maybe that's because I didn't realise it wasn't okay. It wasn't until this year when I had a kind of chance conversation with one of my friends that I realised maybe everything wasn't okay. And after that moment was when I finally got help, saw the GP, saw the Centre of Wellbeing and found out that I actually had PTSD for 7 years undiagnosed. And yeah, it's been a road to recovery ever since.
A roller coaster. Go down, like when I first got diagnosed, first got medication, went up a little bit, and then the year after was the first time I tried to kill myself.
Along with a really low self-esteem, I had a lot of thoughts where I was really disliking my personality. So I'd like to think of myself as quite an outgoing person, but then I would just go home and just absolutely despise whatever I've said in the day, how I've acted, overanalyze all sorts of bits of my personality that I just really disliked. And it's taken a lot of work to really try and overcome that. a good one to begin with is always a friend, or someone that you can trust. I think that's always a good starting point, and then from there you've got all sorts of places, especially at university. You've got the Centre for Wellbeing, you've got Samaritans, you've got peer support. There's all sorts of different routes you can turn to, and just starting that conversation. I think once you've had that first big step, I think it's so much easier, and everything can follow after that a lot of the time. Just be prepared for a long road, but one that's kind of worth it.
I had one friend, I didn't tell him that I was feeling suicidal, just like I was feeling really down, like who do you think I should talk to? But I've never really had anyone that I feel I can talk to properly about my struggles.
I went to the Centre of Wellbeing. They were really great. They kind of gave me that initial sort of therapy to they made me realise it's okay not to be okay, and I can actually just speak about things, have a little cry, and just kind of open up to someone about everything that's kind of happened in my life. I had therapy for 6 weeks and finished therapy feeling a lot better with myself, and as a result I feel a lot happier, and I've kind of adopted a healthier lifestyle as a result. So things like doing more sports, eating better, hanging out with my friends, speaking to my friends as soon as I feel like something's not okay. I've realised it's okay kind of not to be okay, and it's a cliche saying, but it's true.
At least nowadays, even before I had it, I'm not actively insulting myself anymore, but my opinion of myself is still very low, just inherently. I don't consciously think negatively of myself, but I just don't think much of myself. And so just like to try and combat that, I just try to improve myself.
I'm feeling a lot more positive now. Since then I've had periods where I've felt better and then had low points again, and I think learning ways to try and manage that and manage those changes in mood. And everyone has different things that work for them. So for me, running's a really important part of my life, and having big goals to set myself.
Talk to someone.
Talking and opening up, whether it's to a friend, a family member, or just a total stranger.
Don't do what I do and just lock it away, and get help a lot earlier than I did.
Just getting something off your chest to begin with can really take a weight off your shoulders.
If I see someone that's kind of isolating themselves a little bit, especially if they've been quite active before, if they they're quite a loud personality, and you notice that they're quieting down a little bit, I always go and chat to them, see if they're all right, and if they want to tell me what's going on, then they can tell me.
I always try and be a very welcoming, warm face. I like to go up and speak to anyone that I don't recognise within the club.
What we want to try and do at the Boreham and Latin Dancing Society is we want to make sure that they feel as welcome as possible.
Talking to them, bringing them into the group, asking them if they're okay, and offering the support that we have as a society. So that involves talking to committee members, talking to our Wellbeing Champions, or if needs be, referring them to the Centre of Wellbeing.
Well, we're trying to make people aware that we have the Wellbeing Champions. I'm one of them, and we have Nathan, who's our other Wellbeing Champion. So in our Discord, which is where a lot of our members communicate online, we have us signposted. In particular, Nathan signposted as the main Wellbeing Champion, because I'm also a president. But yeah, we just say if anyone needs to talk to us, come and talk to us, and we try and watch out for anything that seems like someone might be struggling with something, or something just seems off. We try and talk to them as soon as we can. Providing
a space where people feel they've got a safe space to turn to, I think is really important. It's giving people the chance to actually come forward to you if they feel they need to or want to, and not pressuring, but allowing someone to know that you're there if they need them. And I think when you provide that, you can be surprised by how many people actually do just turn around and go, "Hey, how you doing?" "Yeah, all right." "No, I'm not great, actually. I just feel a bit rubbish. Just need someone to talk to."
I actually find, I don't know if everyone finds this helpful, even if it's something that they're really upset with, and just giving them a hug. I find like giving someone a hug is quite I don't know, it makes you feel like you're loved and you're part of it, you know what I mean?
It's a really, really difficult thing, opening up, as a male and talking about your emotions, especially with the whole stiff upper lip culture and pressures with social media and things, it can be really, really difficult to be able to stand up and say, I have a problem, I need some help sorting it. So I think I'm very proud of people who do, and I think more people should do it.